Well, here's an update to the video I did yesterday about how the Coalition was working on a new IP. Microsoft has responded with, nah, son. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. And this one's going to be kind of a little bit more negative because Microsoft has come out there and said, no, son, no, you wanted that new IP from the Coalition that wasn't Gears of War. Well, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. All you're getting is Gears of War. That's all you're getting from now until the end of time. At least that is what they're saying in their PR piece. And I wanted to talk about that right now. So you can see Microsoft, the Coalition is not working on a new IP. Microsoft denies that the Coalition is working on an intellectual property other than Gears of War. So they put out a PR statement to Games Radar earlier today. I guess they wanted to nip this little rumor in the bud about the Coalition working on a new IP. As I covered in yesterday's video, Storylab, a company that does motion capture for Gears of War Ultimate and Gears of War 4, had on their website that they were working on a new IP with the Coalition Studios in production in 2017. So people ran rampant. People were excited, thinking about the possibilities. Oh, man. Oh, just think of those possibilities. What the Coalition, the makers, or the caretakers now of Gears of War, what they could do, especially, you know, when you have Guerrilla Games doing Horizon Zero Dawn, so different than Killzone. People were just thinking, oh my god, the possibilities are endless, right? I was excited. Xbox fans were excited. Everybody was excited. Even PlayStation fans were excited. Like, yes, this is what we want. But Microsoft filled up that bucket of cold water and just threw it on everybody, and now we're all wet and sad, because it sounds like our dreams aren't going to come true on this one. So Microsoft has categorically denied the involvement of Coalition in the development of a new IP. The studio was born with the aim of carrying on the franchise of Gears of War and will therefore continue to work exclusively on the series in question. And that's the author's kind of intro paragraph. The actual PR from Microsoft is very short and to the point. Quote, "The Coalition is exclusively focused on Gears of War." End quote. So we have a single sentence which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words to reiterate that the Coalition is here to only make Gears of War and nothing else. So a lot of people are understandably upset about this because they let their hopes and dreams get the better of them. To think that Microsoft would let Coalition and maybe even 343 make a game that wasn't Halo or Gears of War. People let their dreams run rampant, and now, of course, Microsoft's there to shut the door in your face and be like, "Come on, snap back to reality. That's not how we work here, son. That's not what we do at Microsoft." However, I don't think Storylab was lying, right? The webpage with the information about the new IP with the Coalition Studios, I don't think they were wrong. I don't think it was a lie. Like I said in my previous video, I did mention, like, hey guys, keep in the back of your mind, this could be a mistake, but they've worked with Coalition and Gears of War Ultimate and Gears of War 4, so I really do think there's something going on there. Now, I guess they could potentially, you could say they're playing loose with the term new IP. Maybe they're working on something within the Gears of War universe that isn't necessarily Gears of War 5. Who knows? That's just like something that I was thinking about. Of course, then you come down to the PR response itself. 9 words, 1 single sentence. You can take it as the gospel, the truth, or you can take it as the lie. So you take it as the truth, that Microsoft has no plans, that the Coalition is strictly only ever going to work on Gears of War, and you can either look at that as a bad or a good thing. You can look at it as a bad thing if you want them to branch out and do something else, so you're never going to get that, or you can look at it as a good thing. It's like, hey, if the Coalition is comfortable just making Gears of War and that's what they want to do, then let them do that, right? So that's kind of a way you could look at those. Or you could look at it as Microsoft is lying or maybe telling a fib to protect the surprise, right? Because this isn't the first time companies lie in PR about things they're working on. It happens all the time. Now, just recently, this last E3, I remember Ubisoft PR and Michael Ansel, the creator of Beyond Good and Evil, coming out and saying, hey, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is not going to be at E3, period, end of story. And people and companies and game websites ran with that. Oh, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is not going to show. And then what happened? Well, it did show. And it was a big surprise, mainly because they went out of their way to tell people it wasn't going to be there. So PR is always in the best interest of the company, and they will lie to protect their interest. So, them coming out and saying, listen, Coalition is exclusively focused on Gears of War, that could be a straight-up lie. You know, Microsoft, and especially any company, they only like to reveal things when the time is right, on their timetable and nobody else. So if this supposed new IP wasn't supposed to be revealed until a year from now or 2 years from now, they're going to categorically deny that it even exists until they could possibly reveal it on their own terms, and they would lie to save face. That's how these things typically work. Now, you could argue about which way to do it is right, but if Microsoft was really maybe hoping for a surprise at a particular event down the road where they come out with this new IP and blow fans away and blow PlayStation fans away, then they're going to deny the existence of said game and just keep on saying the Coalition is not working on anything but Gears of War until that moment when it's announced. I mean, that's kind of how you look at it. So you have the truth. Are they telling the truth, or are they lying to protect themselves and lying until they can reveal it on their own terms instead of in some stupid leak on a website from a vendor that does motion capture? You know, I do kind of find it interesting that they were very quickly to come in and debunk this one when they haven't really said anything about the whole Fable, Perfect Dark, all those different kind of leaks from Reset Era, although that is maybe a forum and an individual person, and maybe commenting on that is a little bit beneath Microsoft, whereas like this is a official Microsoft vendor who had it on their website that they're working with the new IP. Maybe they felt their hand was forced on this one to actually come in and say something about it, considering, like I mentioned, Story Lab is an official vendor and they've worked on Gears Ultimate and Gears 4 with the Coalition. So maybe they felt it was appropriate and they had to come out and say something. You know, so that's kind of, what are you thinking here? Truth or lie? Truth or lie? I'm not really sure here. I would love to come out and tell you guys that this is a lie, that Microsoft is lying to protect the actual new game they're working on, but I don't know. I have no inside information about any of this stuff. I'm just in the dark as everybody else is about what the Coalition may or may not be doing. All I will say, this is interesting to see people's reactions, you know, to see people backpedal about the idea of Coalition and 343 working on something new when people said before they only wanted Gears of War and Halo, and then flip-flop and say, oh yeah, this is great, we totally want Gears of War and, you know, Coalition and 343 to make something else completely different. It was really, really awesome to see the excitement, not only from the Xbox fans, but from PlayStation fans. A lot of PlayStation fans that I follow, that I respect, were very, very keen, very open to the idea of the Coalition working on something new. They were excited, just as we were excited, right? Because, I mean, by now there's 4 or 5 Gears of War games. If you don't like Gears of War, by now, you're never going to like Gears of War. But a new IP, that's something you could potentially get behind. You know, a reason to get excited about Xbox or the Coalition, right? Same thing with like Forza. It's like, if you don't like Forza by now, since there's 7 of those games, you're never going to like Forza. But if they made something new, maybe you would become a fan of not only Turn 10, but of Xbox. And I think a lot of people out there were thinking along those lines. Like, well, I don't like Gears of War, but I'm down to try something new. And now, of course, with Microsoft coming out and saying this, everybody's going to take it as gospel that they aren't working on anything new. Which, to be fair, I mean, that's what the PR directly says. It says they are only working exclusively on Gears of War. 9 words in a single sentence. So people are just going to go back and be like, well, Microsoft said no. But you always got to keep in mind the other hand. PR lies to protect the company. You know, if they don't want that new IP or new thing to be revealed just yet, they will keep lying and keep lying until that thing comes out and they'll be like, oops, sorry. It's happened time and time again in the video game industry. But yeah, I wanted to update everybody about the video yesterday because obviously Microsoft has responded. But man, I just got to mention, like I just said, I love the response yesterday from seeing everybody be so excited about the potential for all this stuff. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, if you are supporter of the channel, if you aren't down with the idea of Coalition only working on Gears of War, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you comment below about what you would like to see Coalition work on, and if you are okay with the idea of them working on Gears forever, make sure you leave a comment. I'm very interested in seeing what people have to say. Hit the subscribe button if you're new or you haven't already. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're always notified when I drop new videos, as you know, YouTube is a little bit lackadaisical when it comes to sending that stuff out lately. So hit that bell so you're always notified, and you always get notified when I do drop more content. Make sure you share this out on Twitter and social media. And thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Later, guys.